Hello there and welcome to the program. This is Energy and You, a show that brings you weekly updates on events and issues in the energy sector with a focus on the activities of NNPC Limited. I'm Egusa Igumbo. Tonight, NNPC Limited pushes for more collaboration in its continued efforts to curb crude oil theft and infrastructure vandalism, as industry experts discuss Nigeria's sustainable and prosperous future at the Energy and Labour Summit organized by the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, PENGAS. And NNPC Limited cautions job seekers on the unwholesome acts of fraudsters. Details of these stories and more in just a moment. Please join us again. Thanks for staying with us. We begin the show with top energy news from around the globe. We begin here in Nigeria, where economic experts are projecting that a 3.3 trillion naira profit surge declared by NNPC Limited will spur major investors to take advantage of the company's initial public offer when announced. Dr. Sand Umbakalu, an economic expert at the Africa International Trade and Commerce Research, believes that in the coming days, investors would monitor the trend and scrutinize the financial statements and strategic plans of NNPC Limited. It says the viability of the shares could be strong if the Nigerian regulatory environment plays a crucial role to support the energy company through favorable policies that could enhance its shares' attractiveness. NNPC Limited is yet to announce its initial public offer after transitioning from corporation to a limited liability company in July 19, 2022, as provided by the Petroleum Industry Act of 2021. Oil prices extended gains at the start of the week on fears that a major spillover in fighting from the Gaza conflict into the Middle East could disrupt regional oil supplies. Brent crude futures climbed 56 cents to $79.58 a barrel. Australia's top independent gas producer is posting a drop in interim earnings, with investors focusing on its deal-making strategy after the collapse of a $52 billion merger with Santos. Perth-based Woodside is expected to report an underlying net profit after tax of $1.11 billion for the 6 months ended June, according to a Visible Alpha consensus cited by Jadin, compared with $1.90 billion reported a year ago. China's Petroleum and Chemical Corporation Sinopec has posted a 2.6% rise in net profit for the first half of the year, as record oil and gas output compensated for falling domestic demand for refined fuel. Equinor plans to invest $5.7 billion to $6.7 billion a year in oil and gas offshore in Norway until 2035, as it expects continuing strong demand for fossil fuels. Norway is Europe's largest gas supplier and a major producer of oil, pumping some 4 million barrels of oil equivalent per day. But many of its largest offshore fields are in decline, and there are currently no new developments scheduled for the 2030s. Oil and gas investments by oil companies offshore Norway are expected to hit a record this year and stay at elevated levels in 2025, driven by ongoing field development and rising inflation. Now, the third edition of the PENGAS Energy and Labour Summit, PILS 2024, has ended in Abuja, Nigeria's capital. The three-day summit provided a crucial opportunity for the country's oil and gas sector to chart a new course for the growth of the industry. Experts, policymakers, labor unions, and other participants shared their visions with concrete action plans to promote energy security in Nigeria.
With the theme, The Future of Nigeria's Oil and Gas Industry, Energy Mix, Energy Security, Artificial Intelligence, Divestment and Crude Oil Theft, the summit tackled the sector's most pressing challenges and opportunities. The three-day summit was packed with panel discussions and interactive sessions covering a range of critical topics. Perhaps most pressing was the challenge of tackling crude oil theft, which has cost Nigeria billions of dollars in lost revenue and undermined the industry's stability.
The surest way to Nigeria's energy security is through the traditional oil and gas sector, which you know, are the experts, which you are the most critical players. Without you, whatever we sit down here to talk will be a mirage. Even if you employ the best of technology, technology has to be used by human beings. So even if we import the technology from the West, human beings, who are the experts here, will have to deploy that technology for the growth and benefit of this industry.
Fellow comrades, in the spirit of unity and progress that define our great nation, let us use this summit as a platform to exchange ideas, share knowledge, and forge partnerships that will accelerate all-round development of our energy sector, and more importantly, how to harness the opportunities that abound in the nation's hydrocarbon future for indigenous oil companies in view of the recent policy changes and numerous upstream divestments by some international oil companies in the country.
The Office of the National Security Advisor remains at the forefront of driving efforts of the armed forces and security agencies to clamp down on these illegal activities by strengthening surveillance, enhancing intelligence, gathering and deploying advanced technologies.
In a keynote address, the Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC Limited, Mr. Melekari, who was represented by Mrs. Folashade Adeke, the Managing Director of NNPC Properties, set the tone for the high-level discussions to come, emphasizing the need for more collaborative solutions to curb the menace of crude oil theft and pipeline vandalism in order to enhance operational efficiency and energy security.
As a responsible company that continues to protect the interests of over 200 million Nigerians, NNPC Limited will further enhance its contribution to Nigeria's energy security, availability, access, and curb crude oil theft through the following additional efforts: infrastructure upgrade and expansion, digitalization and technology adoption, stakeholder engagement and community development programs, capacity building and human resource development. Although the crude oil theft poses a significant threat, undermining our progress, resulting in the loss of billions of dollars annually, the stakeholder collaboration is key to taming the menace and ensuring energy security and revenue for our nation.
The national president of PENGAS, Comrade Festus Osifo, spoke passionately about the union's continuous active role and contribution in solving prevalent issues bedeviling the Nigerian oil and gas industry.
In terms of crude oil theft, in Nigeria, there was a time that our production went to 700,000 barrels. As PENGAS, we were on the streets, we were in Abuja, we were in Kaduna, we were everywhere, drawing government attention. That was in 2022, September 2022. Then after then, we kept engaging, profiling solutions on what we think will work. We met with NUPRC, we met with NUINS, we met with NNPC chiefs to have conversations with them on proposals that we think will work. Part of them has been implemented, but part of them are still yet to be implemented today. Majorly on this, Honorable Minister, we must do community partnership, because today the issues it has grown much more. That people see pipeline that passes through their father's backyard as part of their properties. So there must be strong collaboration. But at the end of the summit, Honorable Minister, we will come to you with a communique on what we think will work and on what we think will revitalize the oil and gas industry in Nigeria.
At the end of the 2024 PENGAS Energy and Labour Summit, NNPC Limited's active participation aroused a sense of cautious optimism and charge to navigate the complex challenges of the 21st century energy landscape. With a renewed focus on security, technology, innovation and diversification aimed at charting a course towards a more sustainable and prosperous future.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Energy for today, energy for tomorrow.
As Nigeria navigates through the current shift in global energy dynamics, NNPC Limited is galvanizing innovative solutions to drive sustainable growth and energy security. This was the energy company's focus at a panel session during the PENGAS Summit, which had as its theme the future of Nigeria's oil and gas industry, energy mix, energy security, artificial intelligence, divestment, and crude oil theft. NNPC Limited's Executive Vice President, Gas, Power and New Energy, Mr. Olalekan Ogunleye, and the Managing Director of NNPC Properties, Mrs. Folashade Adekeye, participated at the panel session.
One of the standout moments of the event was the presentation by Mr. Olalekan Ogunleye, the Executive Vice President, Gas, Power and New Energy of the NNPC Limited. Ogunleye's presentation provided a comprehensive overview of NNPC's initiatives and strategies aimed at harnessing the country's vast gas reserves.
The domestic supply obligation has been successful in my view. Most of the projects that you see today, Dangote Fertilizer, Bua, the Indorama project, etc., will never have come to pass without domestic supply obligation. So it's an important example of policy or governmental intervention that has been positive.
Complementing Ogunleye's insights, Mrs. Folashade Adekeye, the Managing Director of NNPC Properties and former Managing Director of NNPC Academy, participated in a panel discussion that explored the role of human capital development in the energy sector.
What NNPC Academy is doing, we collaborate a lot. We don't do things alone. Our very strong partner is here, PTDF. We're doing so much together. There's an edifice they're building in Kaduna, and we are partnering with them to make that a one-stop center for training and development. Even the African Apple, they came and they inspected the place. It's going to be one of the centers of excellence in Africa.
NNPC Limited's participation and contributions at the PILs highlighted the company's commitment to nurturing a skilled and adaptable workforce capable of meeting the demands of the industry's future.
Time now for a short break, but still ahead. NNPC Limited warns against employment fraudsters, insists recruitment is merit-based. Details in a moment. Please stay with us.
I don't have to queue for PMS. I don't bother my head with, PMS price has gone up, it has gone down, it's not available, it's there, it's here. It's been peace of mind.
The CNG is much more better because the price is very, very minute compared to diesel and petrol.
I'm from Djibouti. I travel home. I got CNG here. I travel to Djibouti, to and fro. I did not finish it.
It doesn't affect anybody. We're talking about the smoke stuff coming out from the diesel and the petrol engine. This does not have a single smoke coming out from the engine. So that is why it is much better.
From my house, Ejibo, to Aja, if there's no traffic, I'll use 1 bar. That 1 bar is about 900 naira.
I also try it again. I went to Abeokuta with it, to and fro. I did not finish it.
What I use 28,000 naira fuel PMS to cover. Now I use 4,100 to cover it.
It is encouraging for everybody to be using it.
Energy for today, energy for tomorrow.
You're still watching Energy and You. Now, the war on crude oil theft is gaining more momentum, with more discoveries and arrest of illegal mercenaries around NNPC Limited's production field. Here's an update.
This mighty Elugu refined oven can contain up to 300 metric tons of product.
The war on crude oil theft is on, and the industry-wide security collaboration on hydrocarbon infrastructure continues to record remarkable progress. On the 18th of August 2024, a vessel, MV Chantel, was arrested by Operation Delta Safe with 12 suspects on board at Benisede, southern Ijo local government area of Bayelsa State. The tugboat was caught loaded with stolen Shell Petroleum Development Company flow lines, which shows that not only do the thieves break the pipelines in order to connect their pipes, they harvest oil pipelines as well. OPDS Commander Rear Admiral John Okeke visited the location, and 12 arrested suspects are currently in custody for further investigation. 46 vessel automatic identification system infractions were also recorded at sea, while 24 wooden boats conveying stolen crude were apprehended in Rivers and Bayelsa State. On land, several vehicles loaded with stolen crude were apprehended in Delta, Bayelsa, and Rivers State. In the past week, 33 illegal connections were uncovered in Ebubu and Akwa Odogwa in Rivers State, Otokutu and Oto Ebo in Delta State, and Tonkubu, Fantuo, Igbeta Ewama, Okwama, and Ondowari in Bayelsa State. 72 illegal refineries were discovered and destroyed in Biseni, Nanibe, Okreka, Bile, Emoha, and Okaki in Rivers State, in Delta State, and Obuzo in Abia State. 8 cases of oil spill as a result of vandalism were recorded in the past week, while 12 sites used for storing stolen crude and illegally refined products were uncovered in Bayelsa, Rivers, and Delta State. Between the 17th and 23rd of August 2024, 204 incidences were recorded. The cases recorded this week were reported by several incidents sources: Tanteta Security Services, Shell Petroleum Development Company, Pipeline Infrastructure Nigeria Limited, Maton Engineering Company, Nigeria Ajip Oil Company, NNPC 18, NNPC Command and Control Center, and government security agencies. 47 of these incidents took place in the deep blue water, 10 in the western region, 100 in the central region, and 47 in the eastern region. Between the 17th and 23rd of August 2024, 42 suspects were arrested. For NNPC Limited, there is no backing down on the war on crude oil theft until the menace is eradicated for good. To report crude oil theft or suspicious activities within your area, call the numbers on your screen now, or send an email to report@stopcrudetheft.com. Handsome rewards await the whistleblower. Do your part. Report oil theft today.
Contrary to recent rumors in the public space on job sale by NNPC Limited, the company has called on members of the public, particularly job seekers, to disregard them as fake. In a press statement, NNPC Limited warns that employment slots are not sold at the company and asks job seekers and the general public to shun the rumors and be wary of employment fraud of any sort. The energy company maintains that its employment policy is based on merit.
In a recent public address through a press statement signed by the Chief Corporate Communications Officer, Mr. Olufemi Shoneye, the National Energy Company states that there is no iota of truth in the insinuation NNPC's employment slots are for sale. The company describes the rumors as antics of fraudsters who want to take advantage of unsuspecting applicants. NNPC's Chief Human Resource Officer, Mrs. Fatima Yakubu, speaks further on the improved system and processes of NNPC's recruitment, wresting the speculations of foul play, inefficiency, or favoritism.
Part of our core values is integrity and excellence. And you always have to look for what you can do to make things better. And technology is making us make sure that the process is there. It's auditable. We have systems and processes people can apply, and whether they get it or not, they should be able to say that, yes, they're comfortable, they were given the right opportunity, but they just didn't make it. And if those that will make it, we tell will say that they were given the opportunity and it was fair to everybody and they came out top.
Some of the successful applicants from the 2019-2020 recruitment exercise give testimonies of the fair opportunity given them, disregarding rumors of employment sale, whilst encouraging job seekers to avoid giving money for job slots.
Once you have the requirement, you follow the criteria, you follow the step-by-step rules and regulations, definitely, if you have the opportunity to get it, you will get it. So don't believe in saying someone will collect something from you in order to facilitate this recruitment for you. All these are lies.
I can tell you for sure that there was not any third-party influence. It was, I can boast that our exercise was strictly based on merit, and any other of my colleagues can testify to that.
NNPC Limited continues to advocate for a fair level playing ground for all Nigerians regarding its recruitment processes. It also cautions that as a responsible corporate entity, recruitment into the company is a straightforward process and does not involve the sale of slots or inducement of any kind. The company further warns that job seekers who pay money to anyone for any job in the company does so at his or her own risk.
The inland basins are areas that possess features necessary for the formation and trapping of oil and gas, while frontier exploration is the process of exploring hydrocarbons such as crude oil, natural gas, coal, and other energy sources in the inland basins. These include deep offshore blocks and ultra-deep concessions. Now, for general knowledge, the inland sedimentary basins of Nigeria are Anambra, Chad, Bida, Sokoto, and Dahomey basins, as well as the Benue Trough, which includes the Gongola and the Niger Delta basins. Well, I'm not sure many of you know this, and that's why, out of curiosity, our team went out asking how much Nigerians know about the inland basins in the country. Take a look.
I think we have a few that I know, actually. I know we have the Niger Basin, the Gongola Basin, the Anambra Basin, and some other basin.
What I know about the inland basins in Nigeria are there are 8 of them near our inland waterways, and they are a source of gas and hydrocarbons. And I see them as a very valid investment opportunity and as a means of earning foreign exchange for the country.
The inland basin is an area where you get some of the natural resources. I think I know places like Niger Basin, have Gongola, Niger, and so on and so forth.
And that's our wrap on the show this week. If you missed any part of the show or past episodes, you can catch up by scanning the QR code on your screen now. You can also get updates of other events of NNPC Limited through the various social media handles shown on your screen. And from all of us here, thanks for watching. I'm Erusa Igumbo. See you again next time.